Hi, my name is Curtis Mullen. I'm here representing BoardLinePants for Capstone A. We are Team 3, and this is our Week 7 business update for the week of February 24th. So as I want to jump into this business model canvas, we went back through, revisited the business model canvas, looked for areas where changes need to be made, updates should be made. I'm going to pull the whole thing up so you can see the areas that really popped out at us. So anything that's been shaded in other than black is updates and changes that we've made over the week. And these are from interviews with customers and with gurus, and they've changed the way that we're thinking about some of these processes. So customer segments, we actually added food and beverage professionals to our list as an added customer segment. Channels, our going to business channel is going to be interesting. We've gotten some feedback that goes 2 and 4 of the direct method that we looked at, going direct to the consumer. We've got some feedback that retail may be a really good way to go as well. Our gurus are kind of split 50-50, so we're going to have to go back and reinvestigate that. Value proposition, dependability, and a fit that's comfortable. These are very important. You know, wrinkle-free, easy wash and care, fade-resistant colors, and a fit that works for every body. And then practical. Practical was a buzzword that kept getting thrown out. It happened in multiple interviews, and it seems to be that people want a pant that is practical for what they're doing, practical for their uses. And the key resources, managing our supply chain effectively is going to be a major concern. It's going to be something that we have to really make sure that we're following through with and understanding what our suppliers are doing and where in the process we are with the supply chain. So key takeaways from our gurus. Again, prior planning, CRM, we knew customer management was going to be important. They really stressed how important picking the right CRM software is for that. Understanding, preparing for supplier delays is going to be extremely important. As they stated, this is one of their biggest areas of contention in doing business right now. And then determining which way we want to go to market. Do we go retail or do we go online? This is going to be a really big investigative point. We're going to have to reach back and just continue to go through and determine, based on the recommendations that we get from our gurus, feedback we get from the customers, and also how we feel internally, which is the best way to go. So this is some guru scoring. As you can see, hypothesis 1, easy to find garments. So all our hypotheses are listed here on the bottom right. And hypothesis 3 is the one that's really, really interesting. You know, it was positive going to market that way, but it wasn't completely positive. So we're looking at some of this feedback and we're trying to determine which way we move. Do we move with a go to retail or do we move with a direct? And then managing customer information should be fairly easy. All customers agreed with that. Lead times was a huge negative. So anything that's 60% or higher, or 60% or below, we're kind of okay with looking at some more. If we're getting a really high response, it's something that we're definitely gonna have to focus on. Now, customer scoring, same thing. And what was interesting here is customers purchasing workwear online. It was almost a 50-50 split. So that's really something that we should look at in depth and figure out through some more customer interviews, things of that nature, which way is the best way for us to go. Customers will purchase. We know that convenience is huge again, but it wasn't as huge as the feedback showed previously. This is another area that we're going to have to look into a little bit more. Durability and comfort are important, but it appears that style is almost just as important. So another area that we're really going to have to look at. And our feedback also represented that the majority of our customers that we interviewed felt that our cost factor of $60 per pair was right on target. But then we did have 22% that were like, no, it's not going to work. It's too expensive. It's just not going to be a good place for us. Then you can see a breakdown of our responses down here on the bottom left. And for the most part, it was, the issues that were a 50-50 split or close to a 50-50 split are fairly representative across the board. So key takeaways from our customers: don't forget the style. There are more dimensions to customer segments based on personal style and industry, and these are things that we really hadn't thought of before. So thank you for your time, and I hope we answered any questions that you may have.